Welcome back to etlqalabs. In the last session, we have seen the top 10 SQL queries which are asked in any interview question, right? I realized that those top 10 are very important, but at the same time, there are few additional queries also which are also important. So I thought of covering this session two. Yeah, so part two, I will be uploading it as part two SQL queries, right? So these are also very important, right? So it will be like uh, the session one, part one, and then this part two, right? So this will be another 10 questions, right? 10 queries. You will find that most of the queries which are from the part one, uh, you can see the little bit syntax, or little bit concept from the previous queries because, once you understand the part one, then part two will be the just a continuation of that, right? So most of the concepts we will be using from part one to solve these questions, right? So let's start then. Yeah. So first of all, in any interview question, if they ask you, how do you find the latest entry in the table, right? So what do you do? I mean by that, right? So for example, let's say I have a table, employee table, right? So when I put the last entry, it will be coming at the bottom of the record, right? So it will be the last record actually whenever I put in, right? The last entry. So my idea is to find this particular record. What was the last record that was, entered in any particular table, right? So let's try to use this query that I have framed it and see if it is working, right? So let's try this and okay, sorry, I think, guys, let me copy it properly. All right, so paste it and then let's run it. Okay, so we got it, right? So this was the last. If I would like to show you, we'll come to now realize that this is the last record that we are talking about, right? So this is employee number 12, right? So the concept of this query is what we are going to do first is we are going to find out. So we are actually using the row num function. Yeah, yeah. So row num function, not function, I would say row num. Again, it's a column, right? Pseudo column, which is most frequently used in Oracle to solve multiple queries. You will see, you might have seen in my part one video also. I have used it at many places, and here also in this entire video I am going to use a couple of the places, right? Very very powerful, right? So row num, it will be just sequencing your number, your rows like 1 2 3 4 5, right? The way it is displayed. So what we are going to do is first, what I just tried to select the employee number, and based on the row number I just sequenced it. And then after that, what I'm going to do is once I got the row num of each of them, right? So I set that row num in the select count star, right? So select count star, when I say, let's say I have in this case 15 records, right? So the count will be giving you the 15 record. This is the inner query. And then this will this is going to select rn equal to 15, right? And then 15 again is coming from where? 15 is the row number 15, yeah, which is this one. Got it? So in the where clause, I'm just going to say rn equal to 15, which means I'm going to get this, right? So this is how you can find out the last record, and this is very dynamic. You can use this query and you have any number of records, it will give you the correct result. Okay. Second question is, how do you find the sum of positive and negative numbers in a single query, right? So intentionally what I did is, if you look at this table, right, in the salary I have put some numbers as a negative just to show you. because practically the salary can never be negative, right? So but then I did not want to create another table for this exercise. Just rather I just thought of using this, right, this particular salary column. So I put in this and then 3. So negative numbers will be like 3500 minus 3500, and then positive will be added, whatever are positive numbers, right? So in my output, I would like to find the negative numbers as well as positive numbers, both, right? So the sum of all the numbers, all the negative numbers and sum of all the positive numbers. So the other two columns that I would like to find it out, right? So let's try this query. I have just created it, yeah. So let's try it and let me run it. All right, no, like this. So what I'm going to do is, so here it is. All right, so let's go here, try it. Okay, so you see that what I have done is here basically I have used the case statement, and when the salary is less than 0, then I have used the, what do you call, the alias column as a status, right? And when it is more, salary is more than 0, then that is positive, obviously. And then I'm storing as part of status, right? So this is how it I got. And then after that, what I have done is I have used the aggregate function sum, right? Sum on the salary, and group by based on the status, right? And then this is how I got. So status, when I say positive status, we have this much salary, and for negative we have this much salary. Okay, so this is this how you can find in a single query, right? How do you find positive and negative numbers in a single query, the sum of positive and negative numbers, right? So you can use any other column, but I have used on salary column, right? So yes, now retrieve all the rows except last rows. So in the first query, what we tried is we wanted to find out the very latest entry, right? In the in this query, we are actually trying to find out except last entry. All right. So it's just a negation of it. So in this way, again, I can use the same query that I have uh, run it for that, right? But then little bit of change, right? So when I say row num in, instead of in here, I've used row num not in, right? So I just don't want the last record, I want rest of them, right? So that's why I have used rn or row num not in. All right, so let's try. All right, guys, so here you go. Okay, there you go. Let's run it. So see, I got all of the record. So 14 records. You see, the last record is not here, right? So last record was, if I want to show you, right? The last record was employee number 12, right? Rajesh Tomar. This particular number, right? This particular record is not there. So except that, all the other records are there. There is another way to do that as well, right? So what I want to do is, first of all, I can say that get all the records where row num not in maximum of row num. Got it? So where if maximum of row num will be anyways from this table will be 15, right? So this is easier way to do it. So except the last row num, I want all of them, right? So where I'm selecting the row num. All right, so let's try this and then see. Now guys, let's see. I have to just copy it. Right now, same output, yeah. You see the same output. So these are the two ways that you can do it. Okay. The third one is the very famous question that people can ask. How do you count the number of columns in a particular table, right? So you know that there is a metadata table which is called user underscore tab underscore columns, right? This is the table. That's where all the columns of a particular tables are stored, right? So These are the table. This is the table created by Oracle, right? So whenever you create a table, it will be stored in this particular table. So this particular table is a master table, which will contain all the information about all the tables which are created in the Oracle. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to count, the number of columns from this particular table where employee name. So I'm going to just say that employee table, how many columns are there in this particular employee table, right? So let's try to run it. It's giving it, right? So let's try to see whether it is exactly correct. A little not in very nice format, but then it's okay, I think. We can count it here as well, not a problem, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So it is 8, total 8 column, and this is how it is giving, right? So total number of columns, it is showing you 8. Now the fifth question is display third to seventh row from a table, right? So this is a little bit tricky question, right? So how do you find? So again, I'm going to use the row num, right? So row num, as I said, is very powerful pseudo column or the function that you can use in Oracle, especially when you are dealing with Oracle, right? So try to use that maximum. So this will again give you, I would like to just, use the row num function, and then I want to just solve these questions. So where I'm saying row num should be greater than or equal to 3 and row num is less than or equal to 7. So means 3 and 7 both are included here equal to condition, right? Let's try to run it and then see. All right, so let me try it. All right. So this is how we got it. Yeah, here I'm just displaying row num also. I mean, you can just check it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So this is row number 3 to 7, right? 3 to 7. Right. So this is how you can get it. And then sixth question is total number of employee each in each department, right? So this is again, the group by condition that you can use it. But I think this is not very same question, but it is similar question that we have solved in the part 2, right? Part 1, sorry. You can just try it, right? So let's say I want to get the count of the employees based on the department number, right? So it says that department number 100 are having 4, 101 having 2 employees, 104 having 4, 106 having 4, 103 having 1, right? So this is how the count of the employees you can get department wise, all right? Now, very important question. What is the NVL and NVL2 function in Oracle? Okay. So what I have done is, what if you look at this? Okay, so let's try to run this, and then I will show you maybe one NVL and NVL2 usage, right? So this is I'm going to use NVL, all right? So what NVL is going to do, I will just display the height as well, right? So then you will have a better understanding, right? So if you see here, height I am using. So here there are some null values, yeah. So here also is null against one, and here also two nulls are there. So NVL, what NVL does is, if you use the NVL function, and then inside that if you use the column, then comma, whatever value you want to put. So wherever it is finding the null value, it is going to replace it with this particular value. So for example, if I want to replace this with 10,000, yeah, it will again, I mean, whatever number, it will replace it. You see that, right? So this is very nice way. Wherever it is finding the null value, it is going to replace it using the NVL function. Okay. Okay. So this is NVL, and then now let's see what is the NVL2, right? So NVL2 is another function that is available in Oracle, right? So what if I just don't want? So in this case, what has happened? Wherever the null value was there, this value was replaced, right? But and wherever null is not there, some value is there, that will be straightforward. This will be displayed here. But in other case, What if I want to, display as a separate column, that, if I find the value, then I will say available, and if I do not find value, I will say not available. Same query, right? So let's try see. So 1 second, guys. Let me show you not employee. I will again take the height. Yeah. GIGH. All right. See here, right? So if height is not available, which is means it is null. Null. So NVL2, as you see, right? If value is available, then it will say available. If value is not available, it will say not available. So whatever things I want to give you, right? The first value it will be considered if it is not null. I mean, this particular column is not null. Some value is there, then it will display. Otherwise, if it is, then this will display the second parameter, that the second argument that we are giving, right? So this is the use of NVL2 command. Okay, very very important. Just note it down. All right, and then operator precedence, right? So it is nothing rocket science. It is just mathematical, how the mathematical operators are having the precedence. So you know that multiply, will be having the higher precedence than division, then minus and plus, right? Something like that. So if I just run it, come to know what this. So okay, as per you, how much should be the output? Just check it. 11. How? Because 4 3s are 12, and if you see, you can just minus 3, right? 9 plus 2, 11, right? So this is correct. So this is the operator precedence. Okay, so how the operators will be taking the precedence, and what will be the calculation. So that is how you can use it. The list of employee who joined in the last month, right? So this is little bit tricky question. Okay, because the month, they have mentioned the last month, right? Which means you also have to consider the year. Otherwise, the month, for the last year also can be part of the same thing, right? I mean, can be the part of your query, right? So when I say, last month was, let's say, July, and then July 2021, 2020, 2019, anything can come, right? So you have to be careful that you also consider the year here also, right? So let's see, in my query, I would like to check how many employees have joined in the last month. Okay. Okay, guys. So these are the employee who joined last month, and at the same time, I'm displaying the date of join, right? So July, right? So last month, July, right? And what I can show you is July is just want to show you. Yeah. So here only July month's joiner are going to be displayed. So this is what my question is. Find out all the employees details. List the employees who joined last month. Yeah. So at the same time, I'm using this year also, right? So just to avoid any confusion, right? Now, convert the height in feet and inches, right? So if there is a height column, for example, I will just show you in the same employee table. I have added one more column called height. Okay. So here is the height, right? So if height is, so what it should give you? It should give you feet, and then this is the inch, right? So 8 feet 1 inch, something like that I should be getting, right? So let me try to run how can I do it. All right, I'm using it. Should be this column. Okay, right. I think, guys, it's not giving a proper format, but then let me try to remove something, and then I can show you, right? I will say it as a feet, right? So feet, what it is giving is, maybe you can use height also here. GST. So this is height, original height, 8.1. So this is now feet. Got it? I got a feet, and then so 8, 8, 8, 5, something like that. If I need to, because the some issue with the column, this setting. That's why I'm not running the whole query. Let me try to run this particular part. All right, so inch now. All right, I would like to run the inch part now. Let me just remove it and then show you how it is working. Yeah, so this is inch. All right, one second. Okay, okay, something went wrong. Yes, here to care height. Got it. Yeah, so this is the inch, right? So this is the original height, right? 8.1. Now the inch is the after decimal part, right? So you see 0.4, 0.5, 0.1, 0.4, right? So this is what I wanted to show. You can always go ahead and you can, you know, separate it in feet end, right? And you can use this function, right? A substring. So what I have done is basically, since this is a numeric number, right? The height is a numeric number. If I would like to show you the table structure, right? So this is a number, right? So this is a decimal number 10.5 something, this height, right? What I have done is I have converted first that into the string, right? So I have used the 2 underscore char character. So this is how it has converted already this number into string. And then after that I have used the substring function on top of it, right? And I have tried to find out in this case, uh, so this is for inch, right? So I just want to start from here. So I want to find the location of point dot, and since I got the location of this, I would like to start from +1, means after this dot, right? So if I would like to show you, if I remove it, it will also consider dot, which is not correct. Correct. So I just to eliminate the dot, I have used +1, so that it will start from here. So all these numbers will be coming. So this is all I wanted to talk about this video, guys. Okay, and this is very important. Okay, um, I mean, if you cover part one and part two both, I think these are the maximum question people can ask you in any interview. That's where you go for ETL tester or ETL test lead, right? And if I still feel that there is some more questions that you should be knowing, probably I will come back with another video. Otherwise, I think you should assume that these are the maximum. But try to clear your concept. Okay, I mean, see, the questions can be asked in a different way. The same question. Try to clear your concept first. Okay, rather than mugging up all these questions and answers, try to clear your concept. That will be very helpful for you. Okay, so thank you for watching, guys, and please, if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe it. That will give me motivation also to create more videos for you, and that's always a token of appreciation that you can give me. Yeah, so thank you very much and for watching, and see you next time with the next video. So yeah, I mean, I have to create my ETL series and Unix series, and after that maybe the data warehousing. So lot many things to cover and lot many things to teach you guys, and I hope that um, these videos are really making sense to you. And if you have any questions, any doubt, please comment out on the comment box, so that I can also resolve the questions or any concern, whatever you have. Happy to sort it out. Okay. So thank you for watching, and until then, happy learning. Bye.